Hi, this is Mr. Evans. This video was actually requested by somebody and they wanted me to do a video on e-commerce, so I've tried to do that, and I've incorporated Marks & Spencer. Marks & Spencer in the news regularly, and they have been for as long as I can remember, because they've had a poor website. And there are various other things going on at Marks & Spencer. I'm recording this in late May 2018, and last week Marks & Spencer were in the news quite a lot. They announced a 66% fall in profits. They were going to be, I think they were on the verge of coming out of the FTSE 100, the 100 biggest companies in the UK, public limited companies in the UK. And they announced they were going to close 100 stores. So Marks & Spencer are a really good company to look at in terms of things like strategic drift and e-commerce. But what I've done is I have taken a couple of news articles online to create a case study, and I want to have a look at the question: to what extent will improving their website ensure Marks & Spencer's future success? So as I often say, before reading the case study, it's worth just reading the question, and I suggest that maybe you pause the video, have a read of the case study, and then maybe do a bullet point plan for your essay. So, to what extent will improving their website ensure Marks & Spencer's future success? So we've got a couple of problems highlighted here in the news article. A few more problems. Again, it's worth just pausing the video maybe and having a read of these. Okay, so the question: to what extent will improving their website ensure Marks & Spencer's future success? This was my plan for answering the question, and I timed myself 20 minutes. I know writing on the computer you can do quicker than writing by hand, but I did include this plan in that 20 minutes time, so I started the stopwatch, and this was the plan that I did. Just a few things about the question, and I probably didn't get around to including all of these in my answer, but you could ask yourself a few questions. Ensure, well, nothing's going to ensure anything in the world of business. And future success, what do we mean by future success? So these are the sorts of things that will direct our evaluation. Nothing is guaranteed, nothing is certain in business, and you could question what we mean by future success. I'm not sure if I addressed those in my essay. It's tough to do in time conditions. You guys have got a hard job ahead of you to answer the questions in time, but let's have a look at how I tried to answer this essay. So, to what extent will improving their website ensure Marks & Spencer's future success? M&S profits, M&S's profits are falling, and investment in the website may enable M&S to increase their revenues and cut their costs. So I've started off this paragraph here with basically the beginning of my chain of argument, which is a website is going to allow them to increase revenue and cut costs. The case study highlights how 1/4 of all footwear and clothing purchases are now made online. Therefore, improving the website will enable Marks & Spencer's to appeal to customers in this growing market and increase their revenues earned online. Marks & Spencer's have already invested heavily in an automated home delivery warehouse, showing they already have much of the necessary infrastructure in place, but the warehouse has struggled to cope with demand. Okay, so I'm making use of the case study here to build a chain of argument, saying that this is a growing market, and Marks & Spencer have tried to enter it. Companies like Amazon have set the standard for internet shopping in recent years, and it's important for Marks & Spencer's to improve their website so they are able to compete by offering services like same-day delivery. Okay, so I'm saying why improving their website is going to help Marks and Spencer's increase their success. If they can do this, shoppers will likely be more satisfied and encouraged to return to M&S. Okay, so that's basically looking at how M&S can increase their revenues by investing in the website. At the same time, investing in the internet will allow M&S to reduce the costs of running their network of high street shops. So now you can see, hopefully, that I've got a bit of a structure in this paragraph. I've looked at how the website will increase M&S's revenues, as I said right in my first sentence. And now I'm looking at reducing costs. By shutting down 100 shops, M&S can reduce the fixed costs associated with running these stores, but retain customers as they will be able to shop online. Warehouses will require fewer staff and are often in out-of-town locations, incurring less rent. This shows that investing in their website will help M&S improve their profitability by reducing their costs and increasing their revenue. Okay. If I'd have been a bit more on the ball during my time conditions, then I might have, questioned what we actually mean by success. But hopefully, the examiner will see that profitability is basically the way we measure the success of particularly public limited companies. And this whole paragraph has looked at how a website will allow Marks and Spencer to increase revenue, cut costs, improving profitability, and hopefully that's all come together nicely in a chain of argument that's been well applied to the case study. So now I need to look at the other side of the argument to get some balance in, which is why improving the website won't ensure Marks and Spencer's future success. On the other hand, it is clear that not all of Marks and Spencer's problems will be solved by investing in the website. Okay, so this, what I'm going to be looking to do, this first sentence is going to hint that I'm going to look at some of Marks and Spencer's problems. It is vital that Marks and Spencer's focus on improving their product portfolio. Their core market of women's wear is being competed away by the likes of ASOS and Zara at one end, who offer more stylish designs, and Primark at the other, who are very efficient and sell at low prices. Okay, so this is good application to the case study. Competing with Primark was unsuccessful in the past, so it is vital that M&S improve the design of women's clothing in order to maintain their market share. So hopefully what the examiner will see, I'm trying to get at the fact that, Marks and Spencer's problems aren't just about the website, it's more than that, it's their product portfolio. Simultaneously, their market share in food is being eroded by the likes of Waitrose and Aldi, who have improved their offering, whilst M&S have been complacent. This complacency could be caused by the bureaucratic culture identified by Steve Rowe, which means decision-making is slow. The website will not solve cultural issues like this. So if you think about it, I've got 3 issues in this paragraph that I've tried to link. Well, it's really 2 issues. The problem is the product portfolio. That's broken down into 2 parts, the clothing and their food. But I'm saying that M&S have been complacent, and maybe the complacency is caused by this bureaucratic culture identified in the case study up here. Criticised for being too bureaucratic. And the website's not going to solve these cultural problems. So what I've got is a balanced argument saying why the website might improve future success. Even better if I'd have linked, done a little summary at the end here. Now, I didn't do this in the time conditions, but maybe this would have been even better. Just a real clear link back to the question. The website will not show cultural issues like that, and shows that improving the website will not ensure M&S's future success. Okay, now, this it certainly isn't a perfect essay. None of these essays are, but that would have made it even better if I could have done that in the time conditions. All right, so now I need my conclusion, and if you remember from previous videos, I think that the best way to achieve full marks and get into the top band is to answer the question in your conclusion. I believe that investing in the website will enable Marks and Spencers to improve their profits. Okay, so that's my answer. It's going to allow them to improve their profits. I need to support that with some evidence from the case study or something that I've previously analysed, as the website will help both increase revenues and drive down costs. Okay, even better if I'd have linked that to the word success that they use in the case study. However, so to get some balance in, you can identify a problem with your conclusion. Okay. However, the biggest issue facing the business is a bureaucratic culture which is likely to slow decision making and make the problems that M&S face with their product portfolio more difficult to solve. This is an issue that I discussed in my analysis, and I'm bringing it in here. If you can then include a solution to that issue, then that will be a really high-level conclusion. I believe the most important thing to do is for Steve Rowe to delayer the management structure in order to have a more entrepreneurial culture that is more responsive to customer needs. Okay, so hopefully you can see that what I've done here is I've tried to address this problem of the bureaucratic culture, meaning M&S's product portfolio is not appropriate. So I hope this essay is useful for you looking at a question on e-commerce.